Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? Welcome to KISU University. Keep it a stack university. Get your pencil and paper out. Man, I ain't talking about your regular pencil and paper. I'm talking about this holy water, y'all. And man, let's go ahead and take us a sip so we can get our mind right to indulge in this content. Hey man, so what we got here, I guess, is Anton and Yada Awakening having a little debate. Guess they talking about 50-50 relationships. Now, I've seen this Yada Awaken dude on the internet name pop up, but I've never indulged in his content. So this is going to pretty much be my first exposure into, his mindset and I don't know what type of content he does, but I guess we get ready to figure it out right now, man. So let's see where he at. Let's see where his head at. You know, he got that DeMar DeRozan going on here, though. He got that Cam going.
This is one of the most polarizing conversations online. One of the biggest talking points that you Yada have, and I've heard you dive into this conversation many times before as well, Anton. Let's talk about it. Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills? This is a major stressor to a lot of brothers out here. A lot of brothers out here split.
I'll tell you, I'll give you the answer right now. No, every situation is different. Depending on the goals of what y'all got going on, y'all gonna have to work with each other. And I'm just talking to, the average household. Y'all gonna have to work. Whatever works best for y'all family. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to do what works best. Now I'm pretty sure each and every one of y'all are going to be working towards the best final outcome that you could possibly have, or whatever your outcome that you would like for it to be is. So no, all that 100% shit, and that's out. That's out in today's time, because not every man, I could say probably well over 50% of men can't afford to take care of a big family. So no.
Split between this. A lot of brothers say that's absolutely insane to cover 100% of the bills, and a lot of other, and the ladies are saying that this is a must. I must get a
brother. I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to hear that BS about the old days, because the old days women was working too. So if you're gonna talk, let's talk about it. In the old days, the women was working too.
To cover 100% of the bills. So let's bring some clarity to this, Yada. I'm gonna have you open up the conversation here. Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
First, I want to say all praise is due to the Most High, and I want to pray real quick, if you don't mind.
Let's go.
In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, strengthen me and guide me. Allow God to speak through me. Allow it to electrify the room and remove all dusty demons from the table.
What?
All praises due. Amen.
This nigga playing, bro. Come on, bro. He playing now. If he gonna talk now, whatever he talk now, whoever he praying to, right? So now I'm gonna expect his ideology to go ahead and and be similar and parallel, to what that book talking about now. Since we all right, you just set the standard for it now, then but you playing, like, come on, my nigga, like, you playing with your prayer, right? Now I know other people, understand me, have different type of beliefs, but that was unserious in regards to your prayer. But come on.
And amen.
So when you getting up there?
All praises due to God.
When you leave
off the chain.
Now, what's the question, brother?
Right.
What's the question?
So the question is,
when he leave?
What's the question?
should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
I believe if men are claiming to be providers, and we know that means to take care of whoever's under you, that he should provide 100%. While we're doing this, this gives the woman time and space, not just to be great for the man, but also great for the children. And I want to use myself for example. I provide 100% for my woman. My son, he's only 5 years old, and he was tested 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, 2 days ago, he's only in kindergarten, but he tested at a 4th grade level. Why is that? Because I handle my responsibility.
That's good. That's very good. Excellent. Right? But that's a testament to what your wife is doing. Because there's plenty of stay-at-home moms that kids ain't testing at that level. They're below grade level. So we could use that as an example that's good for you. If that worked for you, good. But there's a whole bunch of stay-at-home wise moms that are lazy too. Yeah, they'll do the basics, they'll cook, clean, but they're lazy too. And the beesies that want to be in that position, they're fucking lazy. They're lazy. So when you think that the kid is supposed to be getting extra time, supposed to be supported in regards to his education or anything else, or how you want to train up the child to be, it's not being reinforced. What we talking here? We warming up now. Because if we gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's do it.
Providing isn't just financial. Any man off the street can walk to a woman and give her money. Providing is elevating a woman mentally, elevating a woman spiritually, emotionally. This is what it means to provide for a woman. Not just here's some money, run off with it. No.
I can agree to that, but there's more to it though. But I can agree to it. But I'm listening.
Let me elevate you. Let me bring you closer to your God. Let me set standards in your life. If your father gave you to me, you are my responsibility from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. I'm gonna love everything about you 100%. And if I can't do that, I'm not a man. I'm a male, and that's a difference.
Guys, I'm about to cash a check for $180,000 and get my.
If a man can be in that position and that's what you choose to do, great. But if you're not in that position, you're not any less of a man because you're not able to be in that position. Now, if you want to be in that position, you got some work to do, but you're not any less of a man because you're not able to go ahead and do the 100%. So if that's the case, right? So what would be the requirements for providing if there wasn't no monetary gain going on here? Everybody has their challenges. Everybody got stuff going on here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of different situations where, they could have been, on the other hand, 100% until the man grinded up and then bam, it flips. Or it could be something there where majority of households is that both of them, y'all gonna be working to eternity. Y'all gonna be working till y'all done for. So there's some people that don't want to be in that position. As far as they claim that they don't want to deal with the problems of being, let's say, for instance, a entrepreneur or anything else. For whatever the investments or whatever the case may be, because there's plenty of people that can do it, but they choose not to do it for whatever their reasons is. But they choose to go ahead and work. All right, cool. That's what you want to go ahead and do. You can do that. If you want to work till you're 65, 70 years old, even though I'm pretty sure majority of Americans don't want that. But if that's what you're going to do, whether it be because you're lazy or whether it be because you generally don't want it, or you're grinding toward it, but you're not at the position right now, whatever your situation is whatever your situation is. However you start in regards to building, if you on the right path and y'all taking proactive steps towards that, that's not where you're going to end. Before a man had $1 million, he had zero. Before you had $10, you had zero. You had to work up to that. You got to build a foundation. Whatever type of structure that you want, you could build towards it to go ahead and get it. It just all depends. But I reiterate, you're not less of a man if you're not able to do 100%. I promise you, you're not. Because there's a whole bunch of your granddaddies and your dads that that don't do 100%, are we going to say that they're less of a man because they don't do 100%? No, you're not going to do that. A lot of y'all go ahead and speak, at least the ones that do have dads, y'all speak with them with reverence. And your dad's was making what, 50K a year? 60K a year? 40K a year? His manhood is not in representation of what his pockets are. You know? Because manhood ain't got, I say this and I'm gonna always say it, manhood ain't got nothing to do with money. Money is just a tool, but your manhood is not placed on it. Too many times these people is trying to equate being a man and getting the things that they want from individuals with money. If you need money to get what you want from an individual or woman, then you're not as cold as you think you are, my nigga. If you need money to get what you want, you're not as cold as you think you are. Come on.
That's your one
Man,
track.
talk to me, brother.
No.
Talk to me, brother.
Nope.
Talk to me,
that's
brother.
not what we're gonna do today.
Talk to me, brother.
So this is what we're gonna
Oh,
do.
he one of them niggas, huh? Ah, man, I can see it now.
Talk to me, brother.
Because he's like Kamala Harris right now.
Talk to me, brother.
And I've heard all of these talking points.
Talk to
and
me.
I don't even study him because he says the same thing over and over again.
Talk to me.
You got to control yourself because that's not manly.
Talk to me, brother.
You got to control yourself.
Brother, talk to me, brother.
So you see how I was quiet
talking
when you were speaking?
No, you cut me off, but go ahead, brother.
I didn't say.
Hey, Anton, hey, I do respect the hustle though, boy. Hey, that boy Anton out here hustling though. I respect it.
Anything.
You got it, brother. There you go.
I was quiet when you were speaking.
Go ahead, brother.
And so now we're going to add nuance. Now we're going to add context. So first thing we have to do is we have to ask ourselves the question, what does it mean to be a man? Because being manly has nothing to do with a woman. It has nothing to do with pandering.
I agree.
It has nothing to do with just providing.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree, Anton.
Being a man means being purposeful. That's what being a man is. That means that whatever it is that I seek from God, because my purpose is not a woman. A woman is
well, that's how you view it, right? You know, purposeful. As far as having purpose, yes, I have some agreements with it though. But when we talk about God and it's more to that than that. You know, it's more to being a man than that. I've touched on it sometimes though. From time's sake, you know, I'm not gonna get into depth into that, but it's more even to that. You know, the discipline that comes with it. You know, being prep, yada yada yada. Man, y'all know what time it is. It's about the individual, your mentality, your mindset. You know, your production, and I'm not even talking about your production in the world. What are you producing around you? You know what I mean? Is if you got kids, is you producing wonderful kids? You know what I'm saying? Is your woman a reflection of you, of something that's so spectacular? If that's what you have, you know, what you produce doesn't necessarily have to have financial gain, right? You could be sitting over there. I know plenty of men, right? Who let's say for instance, like a coach, right? You know, coaches don't make that much, you know, on the lower levels, right? But the impact that they had toward them kids is tremendous, right? A lot of you know what I'm saying, in regards to like, you know, in regards to kids coming up and they be like, oh man, but my coach had so big of an impact. Man, that's huge. That's purposeful. That's an impact. You know, he probably put more resources in them than he'll ever get back. He probably didn't get nothing back. He probably just got the satisfaction that he impacted them kids' life, right? And there's many more examples. We can get into this shit all day long, right? But I'm trying to go ahead and be smooth with the time today. But yeah, man, if a nigga sit over there talking about a provider and all this money talk shit, that nigga ain't no real man. That nigga ain't no real man. He ain't nothing close of a real man. Strip the money away. Who is that nigga? Strip the money away. Who is he? I bet you when you strip the money away from all these people who talking about you gotta have paper and all that to be a man, I bet you in regards to, outside of their money, they're nothing. They're weak mentally. They're weak. So all this, so young kids, man, young men, older men, whoever listening, you got to go ahead and exit the noise, because in our reality, the majority of what you see from society in the internet is false. It's false. And if you choose to believe that your worth is based off of what you could bring financially, then there's problems.
Help me. So when he panders to you guys, and ladies, remember, I don't know what he's selling. I don't know what product that he has, but my goal is to get you married. My goal is to have you married based off of what God says is sanctified, right? I don't want y'all divorced. I don't want you unequally yoked. I don't want you to be a single baby mama. I don't want you shooting your shot in the dark thinking that this guy is giving you insight when he's just giving you talking points with no real substance behind it. And here's the context. At what age do you want to be married? Do you put yourself in a position to find the person that's best for you?
Facts.
Has your father given you away? Does your parents actually see value in the person that is looking to marry you? And when you start to ask yourself these questions, and I don't speak to just rich people because we both have money, we both have resources. So let's remove that from the table. I speak to the majority, not the minority. And when you are 20, 21, 22 years old,
that's who's consuming this content. Of people who will call average, even though I think that everybody has a capability to not be average. But we talking to the average person, the average consumer who consumes this type of content. The shit that Yada Awakening is telling you is completely false. Anybody who even comes with similar talking points, you're talking about nothing.
Especially if you are a person that's looking to become a man, you are supposed to fail in controlled environments, meaning that your father is not even supposed to give you everything. He's supposed to give you what you need in order to be successful. Yes. My father was able to buy me a car, but he told me that I had to earn it and work for it because I valued it more, which then extended to every single thing that I touch, including the woman. See, my wife is here. My wife travels with me. She knows me. She understands me, right? And so at 20, 21, 22 years old, you're supposed to be broke. Unless you're doing something that you ain't supposed to do in order to get it, you're supposed to be building. You're supposed to be understanding each other. It's a storming, a norming, a forming situation. And in no circumstance
I wouldn't say you're supposed to be broke. Shit, if you came up and you did something special today, man, you ain't supposed to be broke. But if you are broke, it's not. It's. I wouldn't say, you can say it's normal. Let's just say, for better words, let's just say it's the regular. It happens more times than it doesn't. And even if you're late 20s, whatever case may be, right? Shit, certain times, man, you got late bloomers, man. You got sometimes like people ain't get rich or didn't get a lot of money. They didn't start getting it till they was about 40 years old, Everybody has different paths. And because your path may be taking a little bit longer than what these people try to go ahead and make it out to be, that'll make you any less of a man. Because you're taking down a path that could be, it could be, hey, it may take you a little longer, but you may surpass all these people in riches and whatever you desire. So while they stagnant, but they might have beat you to the punch, when you get there, you probably gonna have more. You probably gonna do more. So it's different paths for everybody. You can't compare what one got and compare it to yourself. You can want to have what won't have, you right? If somebody say for instance, if you want a Rolls Royce, if that's what you want, then you can have it. You can get it. It's obtainable, but you know what type of work that needs to be done to achieve to have a Rolls Royce. I don't even think I even saying that shit. Is it called a Rolls Royce? A Rolls Royce or Rolls Royce, whatever the cup that shit called. If that's what you want, it takes work to get it. You know, it takes sacrifice to get it. And a lot of times, if you're doing things the correct way, not illegally, right? It's gonna take some time. And while you achieving that, you're learning about yourself. You're making the necessary adjustments to the mentality that you need to have to achieve that, which will be better off suited for if you decided to have kids in the future. Like man, there's a triple beam effect to this. This thing go tenfold when you switch your mindset and achieving what you want. You're able to teach your kids how to achieve goals. Now you're able to achieve more. This shit go deep when you're able to do something like that. So don't ever allow some nigga like this to sit over there and tell you, man, because I'm pretty sure that he get ready to go down that route to tell you that you any less of a man because you're not able to take care of a broad. Like at the end of the day, who is she? Who is this broad? You taking care of somebody else's daughter, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she's supposed to come through and enhance what you got. If she see you grinding, she need to contribute to the grind. If you got riches, she need to go ahead and contribute to make sure that you got more riches. Whatever you want, she needs to enhance it. She don't need to be taken. And a lot of the times when you get these simp ass niggas, they got bras that take, but they don't enhance. They don't grow. They don't help build more. They don't help build they don't take it because everything, regardless if she a stay-at-home mom or not, it should take work. And you got a lot of lazy ass people, a lot of these lazy ass bras that don't want to put in the work. No matter what you do, no matter what role she wants to have, it's going to take work. Whether she's out there getting it or she's not. Whether she's enhancing your riches or whatever role you got her doing, it's going to take work. It's going to take a commitment, a lifetime commitment. And a lot of these bras want what they want, but they don't want to deal with what comes with it. They don't want to put in the work, nigga. So when we go ahead and talk, let's talk the full story.
You ever come into it fully understanding who the person is, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. And so when we start to look at what God has ordained to be great, the purpose of a man, it's not just to give spirituality and leadership, and it's to understand. The first thing that the word says, in everything that you do, you get understanding. And everything you do, you get understanding. I don't even know her. I don't even know you. Everybody is out here dating, everybody running around, everybody doing everything. They're giving themselves to each other.
Yeah, I don't
We think that money or resources or what you can do or what you can offer a person is supposed to make up for all of the insecurities and the problems and the issues that you have in your childhood. What have you solved for? Right? Do you have problems in your childhood? Do you even have a father? Do you know what it means to be a man? It's a lot of women that's raising men to be feminine because they're in single parent households.
God.
Right? How does that look? What does it look like when you get into a situation with a woman that has a child out of wedlock already, and then she still has to deal with the father? How do you deal with that? See, these are the questions that he can't answer for you, because the only thing he talks about is pandering. I'm talking about context. I'm talking about substance. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about praying together. I'm talking about building. You're supposed to get married when you're young because it prevents you from sinning and finding yourself with all of these bodies and these soul ties that ultimately carry with you for the rest of your life. And then you start to see every single man, and you can't take it out of your memory with the person that you wind up being with. Most women have skipped over the man that they're supposed to be with because they didn't have the guidance, because they didn't have the spirituality. They don't know the word of God. And so it's easy to just say, oh yeah, just provide 100%. What happens when life happens and you 22, 23, 24 years old and you get married?
Mm-hmm.
The economy messed everybody up. Everybody that thought that they had it, guess what?
What happens when you got it, and if you lose it, then what? She gonna go right with it? That's what I'm saying, my nigga. Let's have a foundation. These motherfuckers niggas don't be talking about no foundation. You know? Because money come and go. People come and go. You gotta have that foundation of whatever comes and go. You know what I mean? But you gotta have something that's gonna stay. your mentality is gonna stay. Your mindset gonna stay. Your work ethic is gonna stay. Your discipline is gonna stay. If you got a woman down for you, and she's just down for you and not what you got or what you can, nigga, she gonna sit over there and stay and help build it back up, nigga. But these niggas don't know nothing about that though.
Got a plan, and then God has a plan. What happened to the character? Why you don't talk about character?
And Anton,
why he don't? No, hold on. Why he don't talk about character? Because when I teach my daughter, I'm a reflection of the man that I would want my daughter to marry.
Oh God!
I don't tell my daughter to go and look for a guy to provide for her. I tell my daughter to go and look for a guy that's believing in God, that has good character, that actually worships and looks for.
He taking it in
on his purpose, because everything else falls in line. The money is gonna come. We so busy chasing money. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. You don't have to chase money. You don't have to look to women to provide for them, because if you're naturally that, if you're raised up in the admonition of your father, which is what God has ordained for you to do, you don't have to worry about that. That's naturally in you.
And so these hoes ain't even look, bro. My nigga, these, like I said, money ain't gonna keep no broad. Who you are is what's gonna keep that broad, and a broad that's wanted to be there regardless is what's gonna keep that broad. Ain't no bread gonna keep that broad. If that was the case, then why the hell Tom Brady get divorced then, nigga? If that's the case, then why Steph Curry broad acting a fool? If that's the case, then why all these rich men going through divorces? If it's about being a provider, providing for these broads. Oh, but niggas ain't got an answer for that though.
Yes, absolutely. She should be purposeful, and her purpose at that time could be raising the children, depending on if y'all got children. Mm-hmm. Her purpose at that time could be out there and bringing in resources because she's learning a new skill that can then translate into the company that y'all build together.
Talk your shit.
It's a lot of nuance and a lot of context, but I hate it when people pander to women because they leading y'all astray. And it sounds like I'm a harsh father. It sounds like it's a difficult situation. It sounds like you're just supposed to be giving everything. But if that's the case, then why are we as a society, why are we as a people, as Black people in particular, so far behind, and we further behind than we ever been, even though we the freest and we have the opportunity to choose for ourselves?
Talk.
This isn't God. Ain't none of this what he talking about God right now. And I ain't even studied him. I ain't even getting started. I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead.
But I want clarity before we move on.
Go ahead.
Because when we talk about should men pay 100% of the bills, I'm assuming that means based on the context that you just gave.
It's based off of your circumstance and situation. Everyone is different, and nobody is a monolith.
My brother.
Nobody is a monolith.
Okay.
I love how he put so much passion into his words. But when God created man, God gave man a purpose. And what was the purpose? What was the purpose? He placed that man in a garden. What's this? That's a tree. What's this? Those are clouds. What's that? That's a sky. What's that? That's a bear.
But that's not what happened.
Listen to me. Man, listen to me. Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. And when God seen that he was fit to represent himself as a man, he put him to rest. And from that rib,
Seasons 52 is a seasonal, fresh, growing wine bar.
Hey, these species you listen
It's a better way to eat.
Oh, man.
He took Eve. Now, this is a fact. Now we have to understand, what does it mean when you create a woman from the rib? What is a rib? A rib protects the internal organs, the heart and the rib. If the rib is mishandled, it fractures, it breaks. And what does that do to the man? It leaves him vulnerable. It leaves him hurt. But if a man handles this rib, protects this rib, uplifts this rib.
Oh my God, nigga, this nigga, man. But I can see, but if these BZs be listening to him, I can see it. I totally see why. You know, you get one of them, you know, I wonder if he a mama raised ass nigga. He probably a mama raised ass nigga, man. You know? Hairlines, he got that DeMar DeRozan going on. He got that Willie Wormsley off of Glory Road hairline. I see it. If these bras be listening to him, I see why. You know, I'm hearing the tonality in his voice. I can see why. Everything that's good ain't good for you. Everything that tastes good ain't good for you. Everything that feel good ain't good for you. Everything that sound good ain't good for you. You know? So that's why, you know, people like him, Derek Jackson, they target the weak, which is what? The women. They're weak. So yeah, if you get something that sound good, you know, them beats up there, oh no, you're right. Talk your shit, yada. And nigga ain't talking about shit.
Guys just rip. So God gave a man responsibility before he gave him a woman. He didn't say, here's Adam and here's Eve. He says, here's Adam and here's a responsibility. And then when God was seen that he was fit to be considered a man and a head, which God is the head of man and man is the head of woman, he then gave God Eve. And then what happened, brother? And then what happened?
You tell me. Because I'm gonna add the context. I want you.
No, we can go in deep. If you want chapters, whatever, we can do this. But I need every young man listening to me that was raised in a home without a father, young girls that was raised in homes without fathers. Your mother is divine greatness. Your mother is beautiful. I don't care what no man says about you, your mother, or where you can go. Strive to elevate. Strive to become the best version you are before you get into a relationship, so you don't have to drag a woman through the same things your father's.
Nigga, if that's the case, nigga gonna be waiting forever. Who you are now ain't gonna be who you is 5-10 years, nigga. So if that's the case, then you're gonna be waiting everywhere because ain't nobody their best version right now, nigga. If they continue to work, nigga, fuck niggas talking about be the best version, nigga. I ain't the best version of me, nigga. Shit, nigga. Just think about a nigga like me, man. In about 5 to 7 years, boy, it's over.
Did to your mothers, love yourself enough to provide for yourself. So when you get into a relationship with a woman, you don't have to abandon her or drag her through your turmoils. All praises is completely due to the Most High. Go ahead, my brother.
You know what's so funny about that story? The part that he left out.
What's that?
Is that she hearkened to the voice of the serpent.
And
the man wasn't there to protect her. God was.
Look at him smiling.
They had everything. They didn't even know that they was naked.
Look at my nigga smiling, nigga. Like a New York City dyke. Look at my nigga smiling like a New York City dyke.
He made her because he said that it wasn't good for man to be alone. And he didn't point to figure it out. He let him name everybody, every single thing.
Out there looking like Jay Stalin, like, hey, it's my birthday. Hey, like, hey, it's my birthday.
Thing that was in the garden. And the context matters. And this is what happens when you know your word. And the interesting part about it is the devil know parts of the Bible too.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
The devil know parts of the Bible too. So the serpent itself was able to beguile Eve because he understood what God told them not to do, not to eat from that tree, not to eat that. And although she had all of the covering that she could ever want and need, there is no greater provider than God himself. And you know what she did? She was disobedient. She still ate. And not only did she eat, she went and she gave it to her husband too. Which then got them kicked out. And then they had to put cherubims around the tree of life so that they wouldn't eat it and become gods themselves. That's scripture. And then their children was raised up to then kill one another because one of them was jealous of the other. And then the children then became generational curses as a result of what the beguilement was from the wife, from Eve.
Brother.
No.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay.
That's literally what happened. So my point is that context matters. It's not just looking at it on the surface.
Definitely.
It's deep diving into the understanding. You need to get a concordance. You should get a concordance because I don't know what book you read. I don't know what version you understand, but you got to get a concordance to understand what words mean. And you need to understand exactly what God instructed Adam to do because he wasn't disobedient. He was punished for the thing that you tell women to do and you tell men to do. You said, people sent me a video of you saying a man should give 100% of his check to his wife. God punished Adam because he hearkened to the voice of his woman and he wasn't the leader that you saying with both tongues, because it's speaking from both tongues, that you said that men should do. It's the opposite of what God instructed man to do.
That's what he just said is so beautiful. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 through 6. Adam was right next to Eve when the serpent gave her the fruit to eat. He was right next to her. Genesis, anybody, Genesis.
This guy's crazy.
Chapter 1. Listen to me. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 through 6. Can somebody read that for me?
What version?
I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna pull that up. Genesis.
What version?
Let's go King James just to keep it. Let's keep it King James just to keep it standard.
And Lano, can we pull that up? Can we pull that up, Lano? Is that possible?
We're no longer allowing men to walk us around circles and sound like they know what they're talking about.
Oh no, you know
Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1 through 6. Can somebody please read?
Listen, we're gonna pull that up. And listen, shout out to the chat. We're gonna pull that up. Genesis chapter 1 through 6. We got 3,300 people in the chat. That's between initiates, NDBA, and the bag chasers all going crazy tonight. And I dropped the poll, guys. We already got 1,200 people chimed in on that poll. Who will win tonight's debate is already getting heated. Should men pay 100% of the bills? And it's funny because it's 52% to 48%. So pretty much it's 50-50.
After you break down the generational curse, this brother didn't know what he was talking about. Okay, well, let's do this.
Let's send that link to Lano. Send that link to Lano. I want him to pull it up.
Let's go ahead.
Yo, my mic's still good.
Your mic is good. Can you
make sure y'all get y'all hardly initiated cards?
So check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading this. Lano, go ahead. You gonna get that to Lano to pull it up.
Trying to get it to Lano. Yeah.
Now Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made, and he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall y'all touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
That's correct.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
With her.
I knew he was gonna go there, nigga. I was waiting, nigga, because I read that shit too, and I was trying to figure out, like, nigga, hold on, I had to give my. I'm like, nigga, that don't be no, nigga, bro. So that just tells you how much of a dumb nigga he is, man. With nigga. So if let's say for instance, right, somebody eating some pizza, right, and he got the box of pizza, right, and that nigga eat. I'm like around the corner, right, and you feel me? I'm walking, I see him, and the nigga offered me some pizza. So now I'm eating with him. I wasn't in the vicinity when you took your first bite, but now I'm eating with you now, nigga. So for him to say some shit like that, my nigga, that just tells me that, you know what I'm saying, his interpretation is so stupid. 2, his interpretation is to try to manipulate his followers to think that he's right. So he misuses the Bible to go ahead and try to back dumbass ideology. And because a lot of people, right, even Christians in themselves, that don't read their Bible or understand their Bible, you know what I'm saying? They'll just go ahead and take somebody's word for it. Come on.
That's not what it means.
Read that again, please.
That's not what it means. Let me
Please.
read it one more time. Let me read this one more
That's
time.
not what it means, and you know better.
Now you want to change
You
the
know
word.
better.
No,
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 it's
no,
not
no,
changing
hold
the
on,
word.
hold on,
You
wait,
know
wait.
that's not what it
Guys,
means.
hold on, wait,
You
one
know
second,
better.
one second, 1 second. This is actually chapter 3. I'm reading verse 6 again. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her.
With her.
But no, but see,
With her.
here's the key. No, here's the key.
Now he want to change the word of God.
Nope, don't overtalk me. She talked to the serpent
Scroll up,
by
Mono.
herself. She ate from the tree by herself, and then she took with her and then dined with her husband.
That's not what it says.
Listen.
Hey. Now I'm just gonna be not like it's crazy, right? And this ain't even just like with the Bible. This is like a whole bunch of other stuff, right? We got two different individuals, right? That has read the same scripture, but has different understanding. One could be right, the other could be wrong. Both could be wrong, right? But the reason why I brought this up because this shit goes on in the world, my nigga. So there's plenty of debates. There's plenty of misunderstandings. Plenty of people going back and forth, you feel me, falling out over because one took it one way and the other took it the other way. I want to get into deep on what I really want to say, but I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it.
That is what happened in the word.
Man.
He wants to, and here's the beautiful part about this, is that he's so stuck on pandering.
Oh man.
Right.
He's so stuck. And here's the beautiful part about this is that regardless of what man that you have, regardless of your covering, he's going to suffer no matter what. He has to pay the price. Men today understand that regardless of whether or not we get you impregnated or not, we still have to be responsible for that. We go to jail regardless of if we want to take care of that kid or not. If we decide that we don't want to pay child support, even if it's not your child, a woman can put your name on the birth certificate and you will be imprisoned as a result of it.
Yep.
That is just the facts. It's men every single day didn't do. They get accused of things that they didn't do every single day, meaning that men by default, even back in the word of God, is held accountable for the things that their wife do, but it doesn't absolve the woman from being responsible for her own decisions. It does not absolve her at all. And that's the part of the context that we're missing. We always want to put it on the men. And justifiably so, because men have to be responsible, and you've never seen how great a society is without men being great themselves. But we don't live in that time.
Oh, praises. Now, I want to finish what I was saying about
But I'm gonna let
Genesis.
him finish.
Thank you so much.
Let's go ahead and get it. Let's go ahead.
Thank you so much. From Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 through 6.
He just read it.
Listen to me, please. May I speak? That's
You're right.
feminine.
I'm sorry.
I
You're right.
appreciate you so much. Genesis chapter 3. You read
1
it.
through 6.
Yes,
1
sir.
through 6,
That
right?
was 1 through
Yep.
6. Yes, sir.
Did it say that Eve walked down the street?
No.
Did it say she ran around the corner?
Did it say they was in the same vicinity? Because usually, nigga, when something specific, you'll know. Like if I say I have my phone in my hand and such was next to me, that was very specific. Very specific.
She said she gave it to her husband
But you want to
that was right next to her,
But you-
meaning
It didn't say right next to her.
brother that was
you
with her.
pervert the word of God.
Can we read it one more time? It's on the screen.
He didn't say
Can
he
we
was right
place it
next to her.
again?
And
Can we
gave-
place?
He said
Hold on.
that she
Anton,
talked
hold
to the
on for 1
serpent
minute,
by
brother.
herself.
1 minute,
He
brother.
was not there.
Brother,
Ooh,
one-
I can see, man. This nigga is so strong going to try to convince. Oh man, I see how he making his money. If his content is directed toward women, oh, he's he's convincing to the weak mind.
minute,
So
brother,
check
please.
it out. I got it. It says, and gave also. She took.
Also,
She took.
Brother,
the
listen,
fruit-
brother.
She
Thank
took
you.
of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also onto her husband with her.
So you're going to ignore,
nigga? You dumb, nigga. You just dumb, nigga. I gave also. That'll be they was in the same vicinity, nigga. Come on, G.
with her. You gonna ignore also? Can you read it again? Because some I don't know. I didn't see anywhere in that
Where'd
scripture
you learn your
where
English?
it said that. Okay, Adam was there while she was having a conversation.
I understand you don't like to be proven wrong. I got you.
We gotta have one
I didn't
mic.
see that.
We gotta have one mic, guys, just so because we gotta
finish. Thank you so much.
We gotta
So
get
let's get it.
context
So
on this.
Genesis 1 through 6.
Right. First, I want to say, Anton, I love you, and I'm glad that you came here to speak with me today. We don't have to get emotional, over talk, yell. It's not about proving points.
Now you don't want to get emotional because he's wrong.
Facts. That's it. You said talking points, right? You said we couldn't go into context. Now, as we see, when a man leaves a woman unprotected, hey, brother. I thought you were having a seizure. Your neck was moving a little bit. You okay?
I'm listening.
Just making sure you're okay.
Because you're doing the common lyrics.
No, brother. Please, brother. Thank you so much. I love you, brother. Really. When Adam and Eve, Adam is the head over woman. God is the head over man. When Adam ate, God came to him, and I'll give you a check if you want to, because I know I like to go back, and this is what I do. He ate of the fruit. Like the brother said, he was naked. God came to him and said, why are you hiding? He said, I'm naked. He said, who told you you're naked? Yes or no? You agree with that part? Thank you so much for agreeing. He then asked him, who told you you were naked? He said, the woman that you gave me the fruit and I ate. He took no responsibility over that woman. Now this turns into a generational curse, which goes down to Cain and Abel. When a man leaves a woman unprotected, we're going to see death in high numbers as we do right now. Detroit, Chicago, New York, they're even rapping about it, calling it drill music. But if men, young men, had fathers in their lives that could elevate them, love their mothers, appreciate their mothers, guide their mothers, because when a man loves a woman,
I hope this is just for the internet. I hope you don't teach your kid this stupid shit that you talking right now.
The children will be protected. But when a woman has to pick up the slack of a man and become a man, more masculine in her approach with her sons.
Lightweight, Larry.
And you see that thing up there? That's the Vanish Shadow gun magnet, and you can get one for free. Yeah. Let me show you how it works.
The boy turns into something other than himself. And now we're seeing murder at high numbers. We're still going through the sins of Adam not being a provider and a teacher, because a provider isn't just financial. Providing is emotionally, mentally, spiritually, intellectually. This is what a provider is. And when a man's unable to do that, we see what's going on. Young girls not knowing how to choose a man, and men speaking down to women. This is what's going on. This is the sin of Adam, not the sin of Eve. But you men,
that's how you know he's just talking.
You know, Adam was punished not for eating the fruit, but to hearkening unto the voice of the woman. That's why he don't understand. See, he'll move the goalposts and start talking about drill music and all of this other nonsense. That's not true. Let me tell you something. God punished her. He punished her first. He punished the woman. He didn't punish the man because of the woman. He punished the man for hearkening unto the voice of the woman. And that's the context. How and say,
Jose, no say, nigga.
because she wasn't provided for and protected. When at that time, before sin was committed, God was the provider and the protector. So did she sin against her husband or did she sin against God?
Are you asking a question?
Yes, that's a question.
She sins in both.
Did she sin against her husband or did she sin against God?
Both.
Well, that would make you a hypocrite. That would make you contradictory, because I'm gonna explain to you how.
Please.
because you said that she wasn't provided and protected for. God had gave them everything that they could ever need. Their responsibility was to make sure that they listened to God and did what he's supposed to do. They only had one rule.
That's beautiful, brother.
There was only one rule.
We got everything we need. Oh boy, don't day, man. I knew everything I was gonna go there, man. We got everything we need in this world too. To make a long story short, there's a reason why, all this stuff is put into place. There's a reason why. Trust me, everything in this world, if we didn't have to deal with some of the things that we had to deal with in regards to getting to this money and yada, 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 everything that we could possibly need in this world, we already have. But you get where I want to go. I'm going to let that marinate on y'all dome piece.
Oh, not to eat from that fruit. That's it.
That wasn't it.
That was the rule.
No, it wasn't.
That was the rule.
No, it wasn't.
And they sinned against God. They were punished as a result of it. So for you to say that she wasn't protected and provided for is a lie, because then that would mean that you convicting God.
Cold game, man. That was some, yeah, man. Hey, damn. We might gotta look into what old boy be talking about, because if he talk about nonsense like this and the people believe in him, oh man, somebody got to go against it, man. Somebody got to go against his BS. Why not me? But all right, y'all, I just wanted to come here and be real brief, man, and see what that was all about. And we seen it, and old boy was talking about nothing. But all right, y'all, man, to the next one. We gone.